Hi guys, this is Maureen of Cassidy Designs Handmade Arts and Crafts, and today I will show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to make this Filipiniana sleeves using Kalinga weave. I've seen a lot of video tutorials online, but for me this is the most accurate and easiest way. You will need 2 pattern paper, one 10 by 10 inches and 20 by 20 inches. Fold both of the pattern paper this way. And for this sample, we will be using 18 inches for our armhole measurement. Now mark your horizontal and vertical lines this way. Divide the armhole measurement by 4 and make a 1/4 circle on your pattern paper using French curve. Now cut the circle and that will be your armhole. Now get the bigger pattern paper and mark it this way. After marking, you match your vertical and horizontal lines and then trace your circle. This step will determine the size of your sleeve. I initially measured 2 inches from the circle, but later on I added another ½ inch to make the sleeve bigger. So that's a total of 2.5 inches. From the outer line, mark another 2.5 inches. And do the same thing to the other side of the sleeve. And then trace. Now get the circle that you made earlier and then trace it on the sides of the sleeves. Measure 2 inches from the bottom of your armhole and then do it at the sides as well. And then connect your dots using a ruler. Make sure to add 0.5 inch on each sides for seam allowance. And then cut your pattern. To finish the pattern, make a straight line on each side of the sleeve frame this way. Now let's make the sleeve frame or the molder. Now trace the sleeve frame using a tracing wheel on a cardboard paper or a chipboard and trace it with a marker. Let's trace our pattern on our fabric. It will be easier if we fold the pattern in the middle, but make sure to fold the fabric as well. Now, one of the most important part of making a Filipiniana sleeves is choosing the right fusible interfacing, and this is what I use. Join the wrong side of the weave and the sticky side of the fusible interfacing and then press it with iron. In doing so, the weave will adhere to the fusible interfacing. And then cut the excess. Fold your sleeves in the middle and make some notches, and these will be your guide as you go along. Now let's make a lining for your sleeve. Make sure to choose a color that is similar or close to the main fabric. Now this step is optional. You can add another layer of fusible interfacing to your sleeve but remember that the thicker the fabric, the harder it is to run through the sewing machine. Now pin your lining and your main fabric and then run it through the sewing machine. After sewing, turn the fabric inside out and fold it this way. And then go back to your sewing machine and sew to secure the main fabric and the lining together. Cut the excess fabric. Match the side seams and make sure that the patterns are aligned, and then run it through the sewing machine. Now you will know that you did it right when you see that the patterns are perfectly aligned. Now remember that cardboard frame that we made? We will be using this as a molder for our sleeve. Now let's start folding using the sunburst technique. Make sure that the notch matches with the line that was made on the molder. Each fold will be about 1 inch, and you will be making a total of 9 sunburst fold, 1 in the middle and then 4 on each sides. Then let's go back to our sewing machine. Now let's attach the sleeve to the dress. Match the side seams together using a pin. Pin all around the armhole to make sure everything is secured. And I'm using a fabric strip that measures 3 inches by 25 inches to cover up the seams. sew them all together and make sure to do the same thing on the other side. After covering the seams, you can straighten the sleeves to bring it back to its original shape and then press it with iron as needed. And you're done. I hope you learned something from me. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.